When Tyrion Lannister tells Jon Snow not to forget who he is because the rest of the world will not, and to wear it like armor, that way it can't be used against him to hurt him, that line fundamentally changed who I am. Now, I've talked a lot of shit about Tyrion Lannister on this page as of recent, but I reread Jon 1 for the first time a few nights ago, and I just felt that impact again, and it reminded me what this moment did for me. I was insecure for my entire life, all throughout my childhood, all throughout my youth, and into my young adult life. I just always was so terrified of what other people thought of me. And this is something that I've had to work through, and something that still slips back in every now and then, but it's something in many ways I feel I've overcome. And I think what really bothered me more than anything was the fact that everyone would tell me no one was judging me, but I didn't believe them. I'm sure you've had someone tell you before that no one cares how you do, that you have no reason to be insecure because no one's actually judging you. This was something that was fed to me my entire childhood, specifically by my father. But what's funny is it wasn't even true in my own household. I only wasn't judged if I was doing the right thing. In fact, more often than not, it felt like there was no positive. It was either I was getting judged for doing something wrong, or I did something right, but that was expected, so there was no praise to be won. And growing up, what this left me with was this never-ending sense of I always have to do so much just for people not to think negatively of me. But when I read this line, something in my brain flipped on, and it felt like I was seeing a truth of the world for the first time. And that is, in this life, you are being judged constantly. You are being judged by your friends. You are being judged by your family members. You are being judged by nearly every single person that you see out there every single day. It doesn't mean it's always bad. Maybe someone could think your hair looks good or your shoes look good. Or it could be someone thinking you look like an idiot. Regardless, you are going to be judged constantly. And the second that I came to terms with that fact, I felt like I was on the path to freedom for the first time in relation to the way that I feel about myself. I post on TikTok and YouTube every single day. And the person you see on this screen, this is me. This is not an alter ego. This is not a mask that I wear for the sake of trying to chase clout. The human being that is Constantine James is the one that you're getting online. And I take a lot of pride in that. And I am perfectly okay being incredibly vulnerable on this page. I've opened up in the past about some things that I never thought I would really tell anyone, just open to the public, floodgates open, told everyone who saw the video. And it has been so incredibly liberating, because in owning who I am and being completely honest, I've essentially wrapped my person with this armor that is just me. And I've adopted this mindset where you are going to be judged regardless of what you do. You could be a terrible person, you can be a perfect person by someone's standards. It doesn't matter one way or another. The goalposts will just be moved and you will be criticized. It doesn't matter. That's how most people work. Like, you are genuinely unbelievably lucky if you have one person in this life who loves you unconditionally. And I mean truly unconditionally. To me, unconditional love is no matter what you do, that person is always going to love you. It is just undying, unending. You don't get a lot of that. So if you do, number one, cherish that shit. But number two, when it comes to everyone else, just stop caring, honestly. Just go for things. Be delusional in your pursuits. Accept who you are, flaws and all. Accept the fact that people are going to judge you no matter what you do. So you might as well try and do something that you actually love, something that actually means something to you. Because if you don't, I don't know. I'm not there yet personally, but I would like to think that if you live your entire life trying to meet the conditions of other people who don't love you unconditionally, you are going to sit there on your deathbed wondering what you did. And that shit sounds like hell. So if any of you have watched my content previously, or this is just popping on your For You page for the first time, I want you to take this as a sign from someone who hasn't made it, someone who isn't out of touch, someone who is just like you, to just stop giving a shit about people who honestly don't matter, have to think about you, and just pursue the things that you love. Because if you don't, you're probably going to ruin your life on accident.